So Shanishwaran, Shani Bhagavan in the 6th or Kanya Rashi, right? So all of you, what you have to do now is you need to put Shanishwaran in the 6th. Remember, I'm not just referring to Kanya Rashi. The moment you see Shani in the 6th bhava, immediately you should come to a conclusion that, okay, as per the Kala Purusha, my mind, my attention should go to Kanya Rashi. That is the way it is. So if Shanishwaran is in the 6th bhava, he would obviously aspect Vrishchaka, which is the 8th bhava. He would aspect Meena, which is the 12th bhava, not literally in your horoscope. In your horoscope, he will aspect the 8th bhava, 12th bhava. But your mind should be where it should be in, okay, as per the Kala Purusha, it is Vrishchaka. This is where it is as per Kala Purusha. As per the Kala Purusha, the 12th is Meena. That is how it should be, right? So he would aspect the 12th and he would aspect the 3rd, right? So you can put 3, you can put 8, you can put 12, right? So now, what do we have here? We just look into the entire picture here. You have Shani in the 6th, right? He is aspecting what? He is aspecting the 3rd, he is aspecting the 8th, he is aspecting the 12th. So all of them become Dursthana. So now you can ask me the same question. A student had asked me the same question. Sir, but now look at Shani. How long a time he would be in a particular Rashi? So does it mean everybody will be having more or less the same prediction? You tell, you try, and you see the result, right? But basically what happens here is Shani in the 6th bhava, 3, 6, 8, 12. So obviously what we are referring to the Dursthana in the horoscope, the Dursthanas in the horoscope are operational, right? So this is very, very important. That's the reason I told you an aspect can actually go about and give you very finite answers to how to actually go about and predict. It will give you some finite, simple, easy points. And more will come as you keep practicing using these concepts, which also would be rolled out to you. But for practice, at least I need to have a few bhavas in hand. At least in the 7th bhava, I should have in hand, with which I can actually go about and practice. So as the 7th bhava gets over, monthly, at least one class will be rolled out in the night, say at about 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. And that would be given free of cost, right? Where practice sessions would happen, where I would teach you how to integrate. But for that, you should have revised those bhavas, because when I tell you to predict, that time you should be having what to predict, with what to predict. With this only you have to predict, with what you have learned in the bhavas. So by that time, at least when we are having that practice class, you should have revised that and you should come. That is when it would actually go about and make sense in having a practice, right? And all of you can do it. Anybody can do it as long as you are being guided in the right way. And I'm doing that for you. Now, what do we have here in the Udyohasthana? You have a Shani, who's also the Karaka Graha for Udyoha. This you should understand. The one department I've told you, 3, 6, 8, 12, that is there. But this also you should keep in mind. This one part. The second thing that you should also understand, Shani is fast or Shani is slow? Shani is slow. Shani likes hard work or Shani likes, you know what, superficial work? Shani likes hard work. So these two things you should keep in mind. Shani is slow. Shani is what? Hard. Anything which is hard. It is not soft, right? So that is why Shani is associated with stones. Shani is associated with iron. Anything soft, Shukra is something which is soft, right? Software, that is where Shukra comes, right? So Shukra is cotton. Shukra is your, not cotton, the cotton mattress to be specific, right? The silk cloth that you have or wear, anything that is soft is Shukra. So unlike Shukra, we have Shani, which is hard. And where is the Shani which indicates hardness, which indicates hard work? He is in the Udyohasthana, right? Write down point number 1. Will be hardworking. Will be hardworking. Number 2, will be dissatisfied with the udyoga. Dissatisfaction. Sir, I cannot do this work anymore, sir. Sir, this is too much of work. This is overwork, sir. I cannot do it. Which means hard work, even for a small work, they will make it a hard work. They will do too much of hard work for a small work. Other people will just come, quickly finish that job and do. They will be doing all the hard work for that same work. This is this category, right? Many people you will see, you can easily see that is how you actually go about and connect astrology. See, you will find some very senior officials. One group will be there, they will be always on the chair. They won't move from the chair itself, but they will get all the work done. They will be in that boss's cabin, general manager's cabin. From there, they will get all the work done. This is one category. Then there is another category of people. They are also in this high position, but they will have to go to the spot. They will inspect that spot. So they will actually take that thing of doing that hard work. If there is a drainage, they will go there, right there, and they will inspect that drainage. Right? This is one category. Agriculture loan, some loan, if they have to give, if he's a bank manager, straight away they will go to the spot. They will inspect the spot. This type of people. So this is Shani in the 6th Bhava, which means I have to be with people, along with people. Why? Because you need to be there where people are. This is another category of people. You will have a bank manager, he will always be there in the cabin. One bank manager will be there, he won't be there in the cabin itself. He'll be always inside that office. He will be going there, doing this, always standing, never sitting on the chair. He's the people's manager, right? So this is Shani in the 6th. So many things a graha will actually go about and tell you just by looking at a person. And immediately you can connect that with his horoscope, right? So this is how it is. There are so many people. He's such a big officer. Why is he like this? Why does he have to come so down and do it for us? Why does he have to interact with every person? Why does he have to do this hard work? The reason is Shani, right? Some people do the work smoothly. Some people toil, do hard work, and they do their work. The reason is what? Shani. Which means what? They will do extreme hard work, but there will be what? Dissatisfaction pertaining to what? Their job. Next you write. Shani is the Karaka Graha for Dura Desha. Shani is also the Karaka Graha for Vana. Vana means what? Forest. So Shani rules what? Dura Desha. Shani rules forest, mountainous region, mountainous terrain, right? All of this is ruled by Shani. And what is the color of Shani? This also we need to know. See, Shani rules darkness. What is the color of darkness? Black. So Shani is also equal to black. So Shani, who rules Duradesha, see, this is how you should frame. So you should not mug up. This is how it should come to your mind. Shani, which indicates Duradesha. Shani, which indicates what? Vana. Why? Because in Vana, in a forest, it's dark, right? Shani, which indicates mountainous region. Oh, but it's hard place, right? Shani, which indicates what? Night. Why? Because darkness is equal to what? Not night specifically. Shani, which indicates black, right? So here, Shani is there. So write down. Number 3, will do night duty. See, how you think is what matters. The map, the style, the process of thinking while predicting is what matters. It should be in a step-by-step process. That's when you won't muddle up. You also won't muddle up other people's horoscope. You should predict in a order. Number 4, will work in a forest area. Sir, where are you working? Sir, I'm working in Ooty. I'm working in Kodaikanal. Will work in a forest area, an area which is covered by forest. Number 5, will work in a Dura Desha, distant land. Why? Because Shani indicates distant land. Right? Why? Because the Shani, the house ruled by Shani, where is it? It is in the 10th Bhava, 11th. Where is it? It is far off from the Lagna. So the Udyoha will be in a Dura Desha. That's all. Shani in the 6th bhava. Next. Shani in the 6th bhava. Number 6. Will lose their first job. Will lose their first job. First job, whatever the object go, they will say, I don't want this job. They will leave and come out. Next. Shani is the Karaka Graha for what? We have Runa, Roha. So obviously Shani indicates Roha. So Shani, which indicates what? Roha, is there in the 6th bhava, which is the Roha sthana. And we also need to know what the 6th bhava signifies in terms of Roha. So write down point number 7. Will have stomach problem, abdominal problem. Will have stomach problem, abdominal problem. Now, you also need to keep this in mind. Shani is in the 6th, but he is also aspecting the 8th, and he is also aspecting the 12th. Right? Keeping this in mind. Number 8. Will have constipation. Number 9. Will undergo a surgery. Will have constipation. Number 9. Will also have a surgery. The 8th bhava indicates what? Constipation. The 8th bhava also indicates what? Surgery. Okay. Straight, where is he aspecting? He is aspecting the 12th bhava. Right? Straight, where is he aspecting? He is aspecting the 12th bhava. So write down point number 10. They will lack sleep. They will lack sleep. Point 11. They will have leg-related ailment, leg pain. You can write leg pain. Number 12. Number 12. They will sleep as while they are standing. Shani is what? Standing position. Right? So here, if Shani is in the 6th, he is aspecting the 12th. 12th indicates what? Sleep. So what they will do? Standing, they will be sleeping. Just lift your right hand. Imagine you're in a bus. You're traveling in a bus in a standing position. You are catching hold of the bus rail. Catching hold of the bus rail, they will sleep like this. That is how Shani in the 6th bhava would do. Why? Because he is straight aspecting the 12th bhava. Okay. Next. After this, where is he aspecting? He is aspecting the 3rd bhava. Number 13. ENT problem will be there. Ear, nose, throat problem will be there. Sir, this many problems, how can a person have, sir? Are you telling me all these problems are going to come? See, what would happen is, when they are small, they will fall down somewhere. They will break their hands. They will get hurt in their hands. This is one stage. Right? Then after that, as they grow up, stomach problem will be there. Abdominal problem will be there. Right? Then constipation. Then 45 years, 50 years above, leg is paining. I'm getting varicose veins, ENT problem. All of this comes. Stage by stage, one comes. That's how it is. Okay. We should use this also. We should understand this also while predicting. Right? Number 14. Number 14. A few people will have delay in speech or will have stammering or stuttering issues. Why? Young age. Why? Because Shani is aspecting what? The Ashtama Bhava, Vrishchaka, which is a mute sign. Right? Shani is also aspecting what? He is aspecting Meena, which is again a mute sign. Right? Next. So always keep this in mind. Again, Shani is also aspecting the 3rd bhava. Always keep this in mind. When we are talking about speech, a lot of people directly go into the 2nd bhava or Mercury. Remember, for you to speak, a very important bhava is the 3rd bhava, or the most important bhava is the 3rd bhava. Why? Because we need to understand only when the 3rd bhava supports, then the second bhava will talk. This is something that you need to keep in mind. So Shani is aspecting what? Shani is aspecting the Ashtama bhava, Shani is aspecting the 12th bhava, mute sign, and Shani is also aspecting the third bhava. So this is how it is. Okay. Now, next. All of you writing? Yes? All of you? All of
Yes,
you are
sir.
writing?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, right. Here, next point. Shani, who is the Karaka Graha for Udyoha, who is the Karaka Graha for Roha, is in the sixth. So all of this should be considered while taking the predictions here. Now, right. Number 15. If the Lagna or the fourth Bhava in the horoscope, if the Lagna or the fourth Bhava Lord, to be precise, that will be better. If the Lagna or the fourth Bhava Lord in the horoscope loses strength, for whom? For who has Shani in the sixth Bhava, right? Either one of them, right? Then in a young age, the impact of health issue, the impact of disease, ailment will be more. Which also means when you see Shani in the sixth bhava, immediately your attention should go to Lagna. Is the Lagnadipati strong? Good. Either of them. Is the fourth bhava lord strong? Why I told specifically the fourth bhava lord is, fourth bhava is generic. Fourth bhavadipati is specific. That's all it is. So if the fourth bhavadipati is strong, either of them, okay. That means what? That means it does not mean the problem won't come. Problem will keep coming, but he will be able to overcome it. But now, if the Lagna or the fourth bhava is weak in the horoscope, then immediately back to back problem will also come. The intensity also will be more. Right. Next, you need to understand now, also keep this in mind, Shani, who's the Karaka Graha for Udyoha, is in the sixth itself. So he has to do something pertaining to what? The sixth. For what? Udyoha. Number 16. Police, military, agriculture, travel related profession, food, there will be involvement in these professions. This is where the inclination would be. This is where the involvement would be. Next. Now you also need to keep this in mind. He is the 10th, right? He is the 10th from the 9th bhava. This is also something that you need to keep in mind. From the 9th bhava, he is in the 10th, right? So also keeping that in mind, let's start with the prediction here. Number 17. A few people will also pursue their father's profession. A few people will also pursue their father's profession. See, Shani in the sixth bhava, can you tell them, go to a Duradesha, go to a foreign land? Yes, you can definitely tell them to do all of that. Right? Always keep this in mind. See, why are we learning all this? Is it to know the future? Knowing the future is just a byproduct of astrology, right? The purpose of astrology is not to know your future. That is just a byproduct. It just comes like that. The purpose of astrology is to live like the Karakatwa. When we are talking about Shani, when we are talking about the Shani Dasha, when we are talking about something which involves Shani or something which involves a Graha for that matter, which is operating, it is for you to live like that. That is when, you say, we should live with the nature. Living with the Navagrahas, taking the Karakatwas of the Navagrahas is the secret to life, is the secret to astrology. Prediction is just a byproduct, right? So always keep that in mind, right? So here, when you do that, the beauty is, I don't have to teach you additional 5 points. You will come with additional 5 points the moment you think in that angle. Number 18. If Sun, Guru, Mars, in bracket put any one of them, more better, any one of them is also enough, are associated or is associated with whom? Shani in the sixth bhava. That means they will have a good udyoha, good job, which means they will have these obstacles. But beyond these obstacles, they will come up. From a low position, they will come to a high position. Right. Point number 18.1, you can add. Will start from a low position and climb up to a high position. Remember, Shani is low position. Sun, Guru, Mangala, high position. Right. So I was a peon, I became a clerk. I was a laborer, I became a owner. This is what Shani can do in the sixth bhava, as long as what? Rajagrahas like Sun, Guru, Mangala are associated. See, astrology does not have to literally function like that. You will get the signs and symptoms of it. Shani in the sixth bhava. Let's say, tomorrow you're going from, let's say, from Chennai to Madurai, you're traveling. Okay. You have to board a train, you boarded a train. And when you boarded a train, they've given, your seat is booked, lower berth. An old man is sitting on the lower berth. In your berth, that is where your seat is. He's telling, dear son, my dear daughter, I'm an old man, I cannot climb on top. Right? What you can do is, I will take your lower berth. You take my upper berth. Immediately it should strike your mind, oh, this is a sign, this is a symptom. That means what? I'm going to that next level in my life. I'm going to get an opportunity to go to that next level in life. Immediately you should jump and go to the upper berth. You should not tell, no, this is my berth, this is my lower berth. I will only sit in my lower berth. That means what? You will continue to be here. But the moment you get that this is what is a saguna, this is what is a sign, this is what is a symptoms, because predictions, the proceedings of predictions or a sign and symptom of an event to come always functions in so many beautiful ways like this. And you should keep an eye open on all of this, because everything is giving you a nimitta. Everything is giving you a saguna. Right? Next. You need to keep this in mind. The sixth, which is Kanya Rashi, is a Jiva Rashi here. You have Dhatu, Mula, Jiva. There's endless amount of things that can be told just using these three. Of course, I will take some time to teach you this in detail. But here, the sixth is what? The sixth is a Jiva Rashi. And here, we are ideally talking about what? We are ideally talking about the sixth also being the sthana for Udyoga. And here, we also have a Shani here, which means what? Something to do with raising goats, raising cattle, all of this. It does not mean all those who have Shani in the sixth bhava will be doing something to do with the cattle farming, goat farming. No. Poultry farming. No, it does not mean that. But it also applies to them. Do you want to start a poultry farm? Do you want to start a goat farm? Do you want to start a dairy farm? It will apply to them also. Why? Because the Karaka Graha for Udyoha, which is Shani, is in the sixth, which is a Jiva Rashi. So if somebody wants to start a goat farm, somebody wants to start a dairy farm, or to be specific, a cattle ranch, somebody wants to actually go about and start a poultry farm, somebody wants to start a dog farm, you can go about and tell them to do. Why? Because anything to do with raising animals is good. Okay. Next. Shani is in the sixth, right? And Shani being in the sixth is aspecting the eighth. The eighth bhava indicates what? The eighth bhava is Vrishchaka, which indicates what? A scorpion. Write down point number 19. Will have poisonous bites. Whoever has Shani in the sixth bhava or Shani in Kanya Rashi, bite will be there. One bite, poisonous bite. What is this bite? Bite from a dog, or bite from a snake, or bite from a scorpion, or at least a bite from a bug. This will be there. right? All of this is included. Okay. Next, Shani, when it comes to what? The Jiva associated. It indicates your elder sibling. It also indicates what? It also indicates your maternal uncle. So write down point number 20. Write down point number 20. They can also do the profession pursued by the elder sibling or the uncle. The uncle. Uncle means what? Father's younger brother. Next. The sixth bhava is an earthy sign. Shani is the Karaka Graha for soil. See, the Karaka Graha for Bhumi, the Karaka Graha for Bhumi or land is Mars, Mangala. But the Karaka Graha for that soil on the surface level of the land is what? Shani. So we have the Karaka Graha of soil on an earthy sign, right? So immediately, with this in mind, point number 21. Professions, businesses related to cement, sand, bricks, tiles will work out for them, or they will do this professions, occupations, pursue this profession or occupation. Number 22. The mother will have putra dosha. The mother will have putra dosha. Else, the mother will have uterus related problem with her garbhasthana. Number 23. The compatibility between the father and mother will be very less, or the father and mother, the marriage between the father and mother, they would get married in different divisions of the samudaya, which means there would be a difference in the samudaya or the community. Even if it is the same community also, there will be some difference in the divisions or subdivision. This also applies for the Jataka. This also applies for the Jataka. So what can the differences be between the father and mother? One, it could just be one person will be tall, another person will be short. One person will be extremely fair, the other person will be extremely dark. One person will be highly educated, the other person will be not at all educated. Or there would be differences when it comes to the jati, right? Or one person, there will be a lot of age gap, 9 years, 10 years. This type of age gap will be there. Easily 9 years, 10 years, right? This is how it is. I will explain to you the logic, but first write down. The sixth bhava. Okay, this is also homework. Let me keep this also as homework. This is, you try. Tomorrow I will give you the reason for this. Simple thing only. You just try to guess. This is also one additional homework. Next. Here you need to understand Shani in what? In a Ubaya Rashi, which is the sixth. He is in the sthana which indicates Udyoha. This also is there. Number 24. Will have two jobs. Will have job in two places. Will have job in two places. Which means all those who have Shani in Ubaya Rashi, forget about just Shani in the sixth bhava. One, easily something to do with, you know what? Something to do with a job in two places. Or what they will have is two types of jobs, two professions. This is what they would be doing. Why? Because we are ideally talking about Ubaya. Number 22. Will have load. Number 24. The father will have health-related issues. The father's health will be poor. First, I will answer a few of the doubts. One, I've given a homework. Please try. Right? See here. Why did I tell they can perform? They can actually pursue something to do with the uncle's occupation or the elder sibling's occupation. Some of them do that is because Shani indicates the elder sibling. Shani indicates father's younger sibling as well, uncle to be precise. Next, father's health issue, ninth bhava indicates what? Father. The ninth fourth is Meena Rashi. What is happening in Meena Rashi? Shani is aspecting. This is how it is. Usually, people would say, see, Ashubha Grahas in the Ubhajaya Sthanas are considered to be good. But here, sir, you're giving so many negative points for Shani in the Ubhaya or Shani in the sixth bhava, to be precise. Remember, there are many negatives to Shani in the sixth bhava, or let's not use the word negatives, challenges, but always remember when you see Shani, forget about just sixth, when you see Shani in a Ubhaya Rashi, right, immediately, if there is no Shubha Graha associated, right, then immediately you should understand that you fall down in life, but you have to come up in life. This coming up, getting up will be a problem for them. So whenever you see Shani in a Ubhaya Rashi, always check if there is a Shubha Graha association, else something to do with, you know what, coming up, climbing up, getting up from a problem. That will be a problem. This is how it is. Right? The logic about the compatibility between the father and mother also not very, very good. I told you how it will be. And the Jataka also not very, very good. That I've told you to do it as a homework and you can try. You can let me know. But let me give you a clue. It is just related with what, whenever you're talking about compatibility, which means even when we are talking about compatibility, considering the nakshatras, the baseline is always the 12th bhava. So the 12th bhava indicates the compatibility between two people. So just keeping that as a clue, right? You can actually go about and look into that, right? So this will be there for those who have Shani in what? The sixth bhava. Again, Shani, since it becomes the Karaka Graha for soil, since it is in the earthy sign, cement related business, working in cement company, anything to do with all of those departments is definitely a yes, right? Or moving to a distant land. You know, let us say Shani is in the sixth bhava, but now in your horoscope, this Shani is where he is in a Jala Rashi. So immediately you should come to a conclusion. Sir told Dura Desha, so going, traveling to a distant land, joining professions which involve travel to a long distant land like merchant navy, all of this will also come for them. This is how you actually go about and combine and predict. Now let's say Shani is in Meena instead of Kanya, right? Or let us say Shani is in the 12th instead of the 6th. Will all the points come? More or less, you will get about 60 to 70% of the points. This is how it is, right? But always keep this in mind. The moment Shani is associated with the sixth bhava, I'm using the word association, which means he does not necessarily even have to be in the sixth bhava. Immediately, you should come to a conclusion. Health related issues will be there. So immediately after that, your mind, your attention should go towards the Lagna Bhava and the fourth Bhava. Either of them strong, okay, they will be able to come out of it. Else, if they are weak, even one of them is weak, then make sure to tell them to be careful. That's how it is. Because this is what is required for you to predict. Astrology is simple if you look at it from a very, very simple standpoint of view. Because in a horoscope in entirety, there are only two grahas which can actually create challenges or difficulties. One is Shani, another is Ketu. Rahu is 50-50. You know, he will go this side also, he will go that side also, right? Mars, again, when Mars is associated with Shubha Grahas, it can actually raise you to a different level altogether. So if you see Mars Guru, Mars Sun, Mars Mercury, Mars Shukra, they will all be in some top level positions. They will go into some top level roles. Next, if you see Mars Rahu, Mars Shani, Mars Ketu, this is where care, this is where attention is required, right? So this is the way you actually connect. Okay. Write down point number 25. The father, the house in which he resided, will be an old house. That old house would be demolished and would be reconstructed. In this house, wherever the father lived, there would be a non-functional well or a bore that is not working. Either what first is, the father will be living in an old house. They would have demolished the house, constructed the house. Next, in the house, which means in the land or nearby the house, immediately just because somebody says it's not in the house, don't say no. Don't agree to it. Nearby the house, there will be a well, there will be a pond, there will be a water body which is not operating. There's no water in that well. There's no water coming in that bore, or it's repaired. This will definitely be there, right? So ask. For those who have Shani in the 6th, Shani in Kanya also. Number 26. Owing to vacant land, the Jataka will have gains. So here also, vacant land will give them gains. Why? Because soil is meeting earth. So here, this is how it is. Why father's property? I told 9th indicates your father. 9's 4th indicates what? The father's property. Shani is first aspecting the Ashtama Bhava in the horoscope, and then he is aspecting the 9's 4, which indicates the property. So the 8th indicates what? 1, drainage, gutter, water which is not fit for drinking. This is what the 8th is, right? Vrishchaka Rashi. So he's aspecting there. So on the way to the father's house, this has to be there. The 8th also indicates what? Demolished, demolishing something. So obviously there would be something to do with, you know what? A bore which is non-functional, a well which is non-functional, a bore or a well which is closed. Somebody who's closed the well and constructed the house. Again, demolishment will happen to that old house and they will build that house. All of this you tell easily, beautifully, 70% of the predictions will come light. Number 27. There would be a worship of a dead virgin girl, which means what? A young girl, a very young girl who has died as in a young age in the father's side. And in the father's side, they will be worshipping that girl as a deity. So either somebody who's co-born with the father or in the father's side, there would be a Kanya who has passed away, and they would be worshipping that Kanya in the father's side. What is the logic here? The 6th is Kanya Rashi. There you have the Karma Karaka Shani who's there. The 9th, from the 9th, in the 10th, from the 9th, you have Shani in Kanya. So in the father's side, 9th, Karmasthana, 9th, 10th Karmasthana, Kanya Rashi, Shani, which indicates what? Karma is there. So there would be worship of a girl in the father's side who has died as a virgin. The interesting thing here is, see, I've told you that, you know what? Shani is in the Ubaya Rashi. Shani is in a Jiva Rashi. So they can actually get into something to do with the profession of taking care of animals. That is there. Which means this is also there, but also remember Shani in the 6th Bhava, they can raise cattle, they can raise goats, they can raise dogs, whatever it is. But the first dog that they have, that will either run away or it will die. Which also includes the other animals also. Whichever animals, the first will die, run away. Maybe the second also. Remember, it is a dual sign. right? Why? Because Shani is the karma karakan. Write down, when Shani, Mandi, Mars, Ketu are in Ubaya Rashi, in bracket you write, when Ubaya Rashi is occupied by more than one Ashubha Graha. This is a rule, simple rule that you can keep in mind. Shani in Ubaya Rashi, I've told you what it means. But when more than one Ashubha Graha is in a Ubaya Rashi, or if Shani, Mandi, Mars, or Ketu, one of them are in Ubaya Rashi, there will be deaths to living beings. Living beings means what? Animals especially. What will they say? Sir, my cow went missing somewhere. Somebody stole my cow. Stealing will happen if it is the Ashtama Bhava involved. But my cow went missing somewhere. My dog went missing somewhere. My dog died. All this will be there. This will happen once. Maximum it will happen twice because dual sign. After that, it will be ready. After that, there will be no deaths. This is about Ubhaya. This is about Jiva Rashi. And this is also about Shani in the sixth Bhava. Shani in Ubhaya Rashi also. Any Ubhaya Rashi, first dog will run away. You can tell like that. First dog will die. Then after that. Right? Okay. So this is how it is. Now see, why am I telling specifically about Shani here? Look at this here. Okay. You can just put it Dhatu